I started getting more into like sexual health and in particular like HIV prevention, STI testing and treatment. So that kind of became my specialty. And then a year ago, I took this new role where I'm now an admin as the director of Title X and school-based clinics. So it's again like family planning, STIs, birth control, and then now like adolescent and pediatric care. But I don't do any direct care anymore for the most part, just admin, which I love. And so now I'm also the PrEP coordinator, working on HIV prevention for our whole health system to get providers in all arenas offering and prescribing PrEP for those who are high risk for HIV. I mean, it's funny because now that I work in this, like with the school-based stuff, which is not like really the area that I particularly am drawn to originally, but like I see where a lot of this starts and where we have opportunity to educate better or kind of allow people to even like explore these areas more, especially in like adolescence and even younger too. So I would love to see better like education and just an openness towards like sexual health and our bodies and human anatomy and whatnot, so that we can maybe mitigate some of those issues for adults later on. But obviously there's all the adults that are already outside of sort of the education system, and so we need to, I think, just work on breaking down some of those barriers and creating opportunities for people to learn about these different topics. So for me personally and professionally, I would love to be like, I keep more and more of my work is getting into sexuality and sexual health. So I'd love to be like a sexual health consultant and an international sexual health consultant, and like travel, like especially like Canada and the US, and be able to work with clinics on doing like quality improvement work so that they are providing care, STI testing and HIV prevention and sexual health care, to make sure that they're like meeting what actual evidence shows and and research and things like that. But then also working with individuals on sort of understanding and exploring their own sexual health and sexuality better. Like I think, again, there's a lot of this like sort of religious morality that's pervasive even in our school system that in the classes that already exist. It's not that you have to necessarily create new programs or things like that, but incorporating curriculum into pre-existing, I think, is the best place to start, because that's the least amount of disruption that you have to do and doesn't take funding and whatnot. But like incorporating sexual health, sexuality education into health classes or whatever. I mean, some schools now have pretty advanced classes that I did not have in school. So I feel like you could incorporate that more. And then also things like the health clinics that are in there, like allowing the staff there to actually do sexual health education, providing condoms at schools. It's like an easy thing that some schools are open to, and some would do all they can to keep that from happening, which we know doesn't help anything. So I think there's some pretty easy ways that we can help kind of just expand in what's already existing, to expand that. And then there's organizations, and at least, I mean, here in Indy for sure, there's lots of organizations who would love to do education and help out with programming and stuff in those arenas, but it's all about getting the administration to agree to it.